Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I am wearing the exact same thing in my previous video. I sometimes film videos out of order, so I don't even know when this one's going up, but I did just do a foundation review and I'm pretty sure I wore this robe in that video. I'm actually super duper excited about this video because I don't think I've ever done a foundation review using a totally clean brand. I might have and I just didn't know it. So I just think this is going to be super cool. There are a lot of cool things about this foundation. But before we get any further into the video, two things. Number one, if you are not a part of the family, make sure that you subscribe down below before we get completely into the video. Second thing, I will have a timestamp probably in this corner of the video if you're impatient and you don't want to hear me go on and on about this foundation. I'm totally probably gonna mess this up, but Ilia, and that's the name of the brand, but it is their Super Serum Skin Tint. It has an SPF of 40, which is super nice. It's hydrating and it has niacinamide, squalene, and hyaluronic acid. So the fact that it has that in this actual foundation is super duper nice. So for this foundation, you do get 1 full fluid ounce of it, and that's pretty good for a traditional foundation. And because this was like, I had never heard of this brand, I was not thinking that it was going to be in store, because a lot of brands that are kind of new, a lot of them, we don't get them because they just, I don't know, Memphis is not on the radar most of the time when it comes to like the new makeup brands. I wanted to swatch them because I originally was going to buy it online. I went in store and I'm so glad that I did, because you guys, this foundation oxidizes slash adjusts to your skin tone like 2-3 shades. I thought that was just like, you know, like a bad thing about the foundation, but it's actually said in the details of this foundation. It says that on application, the shade will appear lighter and will adapt to its true color. So it's something that they already know about. Because you know, a lot of brands, when it oxidizes, they don't point out that it's going to oxidize, but they actually did, so they're aware of that. And that's probably just something with the ingredients and how they mesh together. That's how they created the foundation, which is kind of a good thing as well, because it can, if it self-adjusts, this one shade can match maybe a few different people and not just like one shade. Another thing I thought was super cool about this, that's why I'm so excited about this, because there are so many cool things, was that it comes in recyclable packaging, which is different because normally brands do not bring that up. They bring up maybe like that the outside packaging is recyclable, but the actual packaging of the foundation is recyclable, which is another amazing thing. Some more super cool things that I'm gonna read off from the website. It's a mineral sunscreen, which if you guys don't know, like the difference between mineral and chemical sunscreen, I think it's chemical is the other version. Mineral sunscreen is the better option because chemical sunscreens do affect coral reefs. So I mean, just so many cool things about this foundation. Safely shields the skin from UVA, UVB, UVC, and blue light and infrared. So like, if this works, this is like a phenomenal foundation if you're really conscious about what you put on your skin. Because I wear so much makeup on a regular basis, I'm not as like, I need to only use this for the rest of my life, but I know there are a lot of people where that's super important. So I'm just so excited to do this review for you guys. This is a light coverage foundation though, which if you like more full coverage, I do want to suggest that this isn't necessarily something that you have to run from just because it's light coverage, because you can go in with a concealer from a different brand or even this brand to cover areas that you need more coverage. So don't be super afraid of that. Just give it a try if you would like to see if it works for you. It has a natural finish. It's a liquid foundation. It's for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. And yeah, so there are a lot more things about this foundation, but I want to go ahead and get started. So I will link this foundation down below if you guys want to check it out like I always do. So let's get it out of the packaging, because normally I would have had it out of the packaging by now. I swatched a few shades in store that you guys are gonna see in the clips that I'm overlaying right now. I applied it and kind of rubbed it in with the applicator and waited a few seconds or maybe even up to a minute before I decided on which foundation that I wanted to go with. One that you're gonna see on my hand pulled definitely more orange. This one was probably the most neutral, I would say, as far as the undertone, so that's the reason why I went with this one. on. So this is what the foundation actually looks like. I got it in the shade, I'm gonna mess this up, but it's Kokkini, maybe. And it is described as medium dark with neutral warm undertones. So it says to shake well before use, which I definitely would think you should, because it is a serum foundation and it also has sunscreen in it. So you just want to make sure that all of that is mixed together. They also say that the SPF that's in this product is formulated without a white cast. So when you guys see me apply this, it's gonna apply super light, but hopefully it adjusts same way it did in Sephora, because it adjusted really nicely when I was in Sephora. I opted for a foundation brush because it is more of a serum foundation, and I did that because I felt like a sponge was gonna soak up a lot of the products. I'm definitely curious on the Flashback, that's for sure. I do kind of see a white cast going on right now. It may just be because the foundation is still adjusting, because again, it takes about a minute for it to adjust, but it is a super duper dewy finish, like super dewy. If you have dry skin, you're gonna love this. It does say that it's for oily skin. The way that it's looking right now, I'm not sure if someone with oily skin would like this, but definitely, as you guys know, I always say that I kind of have oily skin, especially in the summertime. I have true oily skin, but I do opt for more dewy foundations on a regular basis, and I just will use maybe like a mattifying primer, and I definitely set with a setting powder before I move forward with the day. So I'm gonna let this adjust a little bit and then I'll be right back. So it's kind of been way longer than a minute. The foundation definitely still has a white cast, but it was the best option. I'm not thinking that it's because it's too light. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, because the shade that was like one shade darker, I believe, was orangish looking one that you guys see on my hand. So this one was the best shade for me. It sucks though that it has like a little bit of a white cast, but I'm gonna go in with the rest of my makeup and that should pretty much fix it. I'm going in with the Dose of Colors concealer, and then for powder, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I did not use a primer or anything because I kind of like to see how the foundation wears throughout the day without using a primer. So guys, I just finished the rest of my makeup and it is 2:02 p.m. so we'll see how long I keep this foundation on. Honestly, I didn't start it really late in the day, but when I was finishing up my makeup, I was just looking at the foundation and I'm kind of slightly worried that the foundation might not last super long, just because it is like a really dewy foundation before I set it, and you can still see that glow, like besides the highlight, you can still see that glow all across my face, like on my forehead, and just how it's probably gonna seep through. I'm thinking it is. So I do have more of like a oily T-zone, and for whatever reason right now I'm having like dryness down here, so we'll keep an eye on all of that. I definitely tried my best to help the foundation not look as like white cast, like I have sunscreen on, which I do. It looks a lot better when I applied the bronzer, but I opted for a turtleneck so I can kind of hide that a bit more, but it should be fine. I'm sure no one is really gonna notice. Well, I'm hoping no one's really gonna notice. So I'm gonna keep this on for the rest of the day. I'm gonna do flashback tests and all of that. So hi guys, it is 5:11 p.m. I think. So it's been on for 3 hours and literally nothing has changed, which I am so shocked. I was thinking that I would be oily like next to my nose or just everywhere. I felt like I would be oily at this point because the foundation is just so dewy, but it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad at all. So I'm excited to see how it looks in another 3 hours, because literally I thought it would be oily at this point. So you guys can keep watching to see how it looks, but 3 hours in, no oiliness, nowhere, anywhere. It looks the exact same. So keep on watching to see how it looks in a few more hours. Hello everyone, it is 8:26. So I guess it's been 6.5 hours. This is probably one of my shorter foundation reviews. I have done short ones like this in the past, but I normally like to leave it on for 8 hours, but I'm having a hard time staying awake, you guys. I've been busy these past 2 days. I'm so freaking tired. Yesterday I did 20.8 miles. brows. So I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go to bed. It's only 8 o'clock, but I think I'm gonna go to sleep early tonight. I'm so tired that I'm kneeling on the floor so I can rest my arm on my counter. But anyway, so the foundation has worn so nice. I told you guys that I was pretty worried when I first applied the foundation because it did give me that really dewy look. And I just thought I was really gonna be oily at this point, but I've had it on for 6 hours and I would say that I'm just slightly oily, like on my nose and next to my nose. Mostly on my nose is like my highlight, but like next to my nose, you can kind of see the oil, and then there's pretty much no change on my forehead. So I am like pleasantly surprised on the wear time of this foundation. I was expecting to be super oily at this point, but it's pretty much wearing just like any traditional foundation that's like dewy. I am so happy on the way that it wore. The only downside would be the slight lightness or white cast that the foundation did give me, but I don't feel like it was super noticeable. Like I could wear this foundation again and not feel bad wearing it, you know. I did do the flashback test and I was so shocked on that too, because it is giving me kind of a slight white cast or lightness to the foundation. There was no flashback. I tested it, you guys will be able to see, I tested it in a lit room with the lights on and with the lights off, and there's like no flashback. This was such a good foundation, and I'm so glad that it was a good foundation because I feel like their philosophy behind the brand is just so nice. I remember when clean brands was like unheard of. I mean, I'm sure there were clean brands back when no one talked about clean brands, but I'm just so happy that it's a conversation now. Brands are having to be more transparent as far as what ingredients and what they're doing. So this is just so cool that even though the foundation did give me a little bit of a white cast, it's almost like you still want to support the foundation and their products because of what kind of impacts they can make. Brands like this can make. A lot of the clean brands, super cool. I hope you guys check out this foundation if you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys think about the foundation down in the comments and if you plan on trying it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video before you leave, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.